Hello, good day, visitors. This is Jerry again, and welcome to my YouTube UIPath demonstration. So I'll be showing to you today the UIPath variables. So if you already have a background in programming, then you can skip the presentation and you can go directly to the demo. If you don't have a programming background, then you can watch uh, the next slides. So we'll start by asking the question, are variables important? Well, yes, we could say yes, because they are important in programming. If you will be doing a lot of programming, you need to know more about variables because they are really usable. And now we'll start by learning more about variables. So what are they? Variables are like containers, like boxes. So a variable can contain a value. So it's a value that can change or frequently change. So if you have more questions on variables, maybe as we go on, it will be more clearer to you. So the following will be the common types of variables being used in UiPath. So the first one is the string variable. A string variable is a character. It could be a single character, or it could be a sequence of characters or sequence of words. So a string variable can contain a name or names like John or Jane. And it can also contain a group of words like phrases or sentences. So I have a new car can be contained in a string variable. Or a string variable can have the value hello world. String variables are normally enclosed in double quotes like this. So the next one is integer variables or numbers or numeric variables. It consists of a number like 1 or 2 or 1,000. And they often use in arithmetic operations like addition or subtraction or multiplication or division. And they are not enclosed in double quotes. The third one are Boolean variables. So they only contain two values, which is either true or false. And they are commonly used in conditions. So as an example, I've written here a Boolean variable called bool greater than. So there's a condition here. The condition is 1 greater than 2? So obviously the answer is false. So that false will be stored in the bool greater than variable. And also Boolean variables are not enclosed in double quotes. You could use a variable naming conventions for variables. So for string variables, you could prefix a string variable with an str, like str names. So, and for integer variables, you can use the prefix it with an int prefix like int sum. And for Boolean variables, you could name a Boolean variable like bool decision. And variable naming conventions are not mandatory, but it's good to use it because at you will see that just at the first glance, you could say that this is a string variable, or this is a integer variable, or this is a Boolean variable. So there's uh, there will be a faster understanding about that variable. So we will have a demo, and the only requirement is you should know how to use a message box, and which is discussed in my previous YouTube video. So in our demo, we will create three variables, which we will do now. So let's uh, go to start, and then let's find the UiPath program. Here it is, UiPath Studio. So it's starting now. So it's just loading some plugins. Okay, then this welcome window, we just close this. And we'll start with the process. Let's click process. And since this is just a simple exercise, there's no need for strict naming convention. So we just accept blank process too. And click create. Okay, this is now the screen. So the first thing we need to do is click project and double click the main XAML file to show the canvas. So we'll create three variables. So click, you will see at the bottom of the screen, there's a variable keyword here. Just click this, and this is the variables portion. Let's click the activity first. Say a message box. Okay. So you need to have an activity in the canvas before you create a variable. So let's click create a variable first. So this is the first variable. So using the naming convention, I will name it str names. It's a string variable. So by default, the variable is a string. And the sequence is scope. So I will explain it on another YouTube video. What is this sequence? And another variable is int sum. So since this is a integer, we'll select integer, int 32. So if you would notice, so there are other type of variables which we will discuss on the next YouTube videos. And the last one is a Boolean variable, so bool decision, which will select Boolean. So there it is, our variables, UiPath variables. Okay, next we are done with this. So next task is define a default value. Let's go back to UiPath. So what is a default value? Default value is so when the program starts, the UiPath program starts, there's no value for the variables. So we will put some values here. For example, for str names, we will name it as John. So it should be in the double quotes because it's a string. Then some, let's say, let's put this as 1. Okay. And for Boolean, bool decision, let's try it true. Okay. So Okay, so we have defined a default value for these variables. Next will be show the values. So we will drag three message boxes. Let's decrease the size. Okay, so three message boxes. So that's the last one. So for the first message box, we will show the value of the variable str names. So we'll just type here the variable name. So if you will notice, it shows the variable name automatically. And for the second message box, we'll put here the integer. I guess I need to change the scope here. Okay, that should do it. Let's try again. So in sum. And for the last one is the Boolean variable. So bool decision. Then let us try to run the program. So I just click run. So it's starting now. It just started. So it's just the string variable, correct? Then the integer variable, again correct. And the Boolean variable, bool decision, which is also correct. Oh, see, we already have done the task. Let's go back to the presentation. And the last one, we'll change the values and then we'll show it again. Let's go back to UIPath. So for the changing values we will use the assign. This is the assign. So let's drag it here. So for the first string variable, which is called str names, which is the default value of John, let's change it to Mary. Okay. Then before displaying the integer value in sum, let's drag the assign activity again. In sum. So in sum is the sum of, let's say, 2 plus 3, which is an addition operation. So we should see 5 here. And Boolean decision, a bool decision, which is true, we'll change it here. Bool decision. So from true, we'll change it to false. Then let's see. And we'll save the project and run again. Okay, so we have successfully changed the value of John to Mary, and the in sum variable, which initially had the value of 1, was changed to the sum of 2 and 3, which is 5, correct? And bool decision variable was changed from true to false. So it's working. So that's how we use, that's the demo of the variables in UiPath. So I hope you like the presentation and in the demo. So click like if you like this video. And I'm also accepting some feedback. Just put it there on the lower side. Thank you very much and have a good day.